Before I can start ripping these down on the table saw, I need to get a straight edge on one side. Most pellet boards won't be straight or smooth. I don't have a joiner and I don't have a track saw, so I'll put a straight edge on with my circular saw. All of my strips are less than 4 feet long, so I'm going to use this 2 foot by 4 foot piece of old MDF board. I'm going to take the 2 foot width section and cut it in half. Only one side of the board has to have a factory finish. Now I'm going to overlap the 2 boards I just cut in half, making sure that this edge is the straight factory finish. When I glue these 2 pieces together, I want to make sure that this area right here has enough for the saw to cut through. You're probably wondering why I just don't use the factory straight edge as my straight edge and clamp it to the board. I'll show you why in just a minute. Now I'm going to use a hot melt glue gun to glue the pieces together. Now I'll take my circular saw and cut the bottom board. While cutting this, I'm going to make sure the base of my saw stays against the straight edge. With this method, I won't have to do any measuring to make sure I put the straight edge in the right place to take off enough wood to give myself a straight edge. Now I'll be able to slide my jig over to the edge of the board I'm going to straighten and know just how much I'm going to take off without measuring. This is going to save a ton of time because I have a lot of boards that need a straight edge on them. Here I'm making sure I have just enough of the board showing to give it a straight edge. Now I'll put a spring clamp on one side and I'll hold the other side with my hands. I actually tried screwing the other side down with a screw to hold the board in place. However, because all the boards were different length, it didn't work out so well and it took too much time. Now I have a straight edge that I can run through the table saw with. And it's back to the pile. Now I can start ripping boards to size so I can glue them together. In my next video, I'll show you how I made this kitchen wall art out of pallets.